tell me something. You can go anywhere you want, right? Any timeline, any universe. Why do you want to stay and fight to save this one? You changed the future. And you changed the past.
Are you in?
Welcome back, everyone. This will be my Flash movie trailer video. There's a whole bunch of footage and Easter eggs. Obviously, Michael Keaton's Batman is the big star. That's like the big WTF moment. But there's a whole bunch of other stuff going on in this, including a Flash from another universe. So we'll break it all down. If you're brand new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get all the videos. There's a bunch more trailers from DC Fandom that I'm still working through, so I'll be posting those in the next couple of days. But you're starting at the beginning of the trailer and working our way through shot by shot. So the whole idea here is that Michael Keaton's Batman, the older version of Batman, 60-something Batman, Batman Beyond, however you want to think about him, is narrating the entire trailer and basically explaining the flashpoint of it all, about how the Flash can go anywhere in the multiverse that he wants, about how he changed the past and he changed the future, and asking him why he wants to save this one timeline so bad, and then focusing so much on the actual flashpoint of it all with his mother dying. But the big twist is that there are two versions of the Ezra Miller Flash, one from an alternate universe, and obviously we have the brand new Supergirl in here too. And with the exception of him going back to his childhood home to see his mother before she was killed, all the footage is happening in the alternate Earth that Michael Keaton's Batman comes from, where the Tim Burton movies took place, Batman and Batman Returns. So Val Kilmer's Batman and George Clooney's Batman are both now on separate Earths in other universes. But the actual footage starts with both the different Flashes from different universes pulling up to his version of Wayne Manor, and they're trying to make this look almost exactly the way that it looked during Batman 1989 and Batman Returns, his version of Wayne Manor. I love the way they mirror some of their actions too. They both climb out of the cab at the same time, and obviously it's a late model car so that you know that they haven't gone back in time to visit him, they're visiting him in present day. Our version of Ezra Miller from the main Justice League Earth from the Justice League Snyder Cut is the one in the brown jacket with the short hair. The version of the Flash from the alternate universe, the other Barry Allen, is the one in the yellow jacket with the long hair. That's how you can tell the difference between the two. Also the difference in their Flash costumes, which I'll talk about in a second too, because I know one of them looks really sus. Then you see the camera slowly pan through the interior of the entryway of his Wayne Manor. It almost looks empty, everything's covered up. The whole idea is that Alfred died a long time ago because this is a much older version of Batman. Like I said, Batman Beyond would be a good comparison to make. Then our version of Barry Allen from the main Justice League Earth, like I said, brown jacket, is the one to turn the lights on inside Michael Keaton's Batcave. And you can kind of see the cobwebs on it like it hasn't been used in a long time. Or at least it's fallen a little into disrepair, even if Batman is still acting as Batman in some capacity when they go to visit him. If you've ever seen Batman Beyond, Batman continues to be Batman until his body is just literally broken down to the point where he can barely walk without a harness. They kind of got into that a little bit during The Dark Knight Rises with the younger version of Christian Bale's Batman, who had gotten a little bit older, but the wear and tear on his body had been so bad that he really did have trouble getting around. Then this is the main version of the Flash in his brand new multiverse costume that Ben Affleck's Batman is going to be making for him. He also has a version of the comic book gold boots. Now they're highly stylized gold boots, but this was another big thing with the Flash TV show talking about Grant Gustin's Flash. I know everyone's hoping for a cameo. They just gave Grant Gustin the gold boots from the comics too. So they're just trying to be a little bit more comic book accurate. But the way they're playing this footage, they're implying that this is happening on his Earth. He's going back in time to visit his mother before she was killed. Like this is meant to be his childhood home that you later see him walking into in broad daylight. Now the Flash movie is only adapting some aspects of the Flashpoint storyline, and instead of using the Reverse Flash like you would normally expect them to do in a Flashpoint storyline, because Reverse Flash is the person who killed Barry's mother, there's a really important reason why they're using this alternate universe Barry, which I'll talk about in a second when we see his new costume. The alternate Barry's new costume. And obviously when he's touching his mother here, and you have Michael Keaton's voiceover talking about why are you fighting so hard to save this particular timeline, this particular Earth, it's all about the Flash learning to move past the death of his mother to make peace with it and just getting stuck on it before that happens. And because of that, causing a whole bunch of problems. So then when Michael Keaton's Batman says, you change the future, you change the past, and he's touching this hand here, remember which Barry is the alternate Barry, which Barry is our version of Barry. So the alternate Barry is the one in yellow. So it's alternate Barry reaching out and touching someone's hand who looks like they're either knocked out or unconscious. This could be Michael Keaton's Batman, it could be our main version of Ezra Miller's Flash. Then even though they're kind of trying to give you an anxiety attack with this music, and you see this bloody Batman cowl on the floor in a bathroom and Batman's suit behind it, Michael Keaton's Batman suit behind it, I think this is meant to be completely separate footage, and it's just meant to show you Batman after one of his adventures, and you just see some of the wounds on his body in a way that you didn't during the original Michael Keaton Batman movies. Then this is our main version of the Flash in his brand new multiverse costume with the cowl up, but he's inside Michael Keaton's Batcave looking at one of his suits, like he's gone into his armory where he keeps his suits and he's looking at one of the Batman suits. This might be after he first comes to this version of Earth and doesn't completely realize where he's come to. Like, wait a minute, this isn't my Batman's Batcave. So he probably sees this Batman suit and notices the symbol is different, the suit looks different, like, wait a minute, where am I? Who's this Batman? Now, this is the alternate universe version of The Flash with the new version of Supergirl. And if you couldn't tell, they're inside Michael Keaton's Wayne Manor. But if you haven't seen her costume, this is what it looks like. Her Superman symbol looks exactly like Henry Cavill's Superman symbol, but I believe the way they're explaining her is that she's on the Justice League of another universe. So I believe she's not meant to be from the main Justice League Earth. I don't know if she's like a replacement for Superman that came to Earth in Michael Keaton's Batman Earth, like if there's no Superman in Michael Keaton's Batman Earth, but there was a Supergirl, or if she's from a completely different universe. But one of the rumors for the movie is that we're going to see an alternate universe roster of the Justice League, and she just happens to be on that team. Then when I was talking about the alternate universe version of the Flash's costume being kind of sus, this is him basically spray painting Flash logos onto an old version of Michael Keaton Batman armor. They're in Michael Keaton's Batcave when this is happening. You can see the Batcomputer, the bank of monitors behind him here. Maybe he's from the same Earth as Michael Keaton's Batman, maybe he's the Flash of this Earth, or maybe he's from a completely different universe. Either way, it seems like he does not have his own Flash costume before the beginning of the film. But you actually see him in his full costume after he's repainted the Batman armor standing behind the main version of the Flash, our version of Flash from the main Justice League Earth. So a lot of people saw his homemade Batman-Flash combo costume here, and they're like, wait a minute, is this Red Death? Because Red Death is like a Dragon Ball Gogeta fusion speedster of Batman and the Flash combined. That's not what they're doing with this. He's not meant to be a version of Red Death or anything like that. It's just a homemade suit, and they're repurposing old Batman armor. But here's the thing, there's a rumor that he is actually going to be the secret villain of the film and going to be a dark version of the Flash, and they're using the Flashpoint storyline to tell that. Then there's a separate scene of our main version of the Flash showing the alternate universe Barry, because remember, alternate universe Barry is wearing the yellow jacket, his version of a Flash ring from the comics. So because Ben Affleck's Batman is the one that gives him this brand new multiverse upgraded Flash suit, I'm also assuming that he's the one that creates the Flash ring. So they will have his new suit come out of the Flash ring, just like it does in the comics. Then we finally see Michael Keaton's Batman walk out in his bat suit, and we've already seen a version of what the suit's going to look like in the movie, and it's just like his original suits from Batman 1989 and Batman Returns. The only minor difference between the suits in those two movies is that the Batman Returns suit was just a much more armored up version that he used because of what the Catwoman was doing with her claws. Then the main version of Barry Allen Flash, with Supergirl in her costume and the alternate universe Flash in the Batman version of the Flash costume, all standing in front of the Batcomputer looking at him, asking him, "Are you in?" Because when Michael Keaton's Batman is asking him, why do you want to fix this particular timeline? Why do you want to stay here so badly? He's talking both about Barry Allen's mother dying and him wanting to save her on his original Earth, but they're also talking about saving Michael Keaton's Earth too. But clearly something goes wrong on Michael Keaton's Earth because of what they're doing with Flashpoint. One of these versions of the Flash, either our main Barry Allen or the alternate universe Barry, changes the past and something goes completely wrong. Then the alternate universe version of Barry, remember the long hair, whips the cover off of Michael Keaton's Batmobile. So they're bringing back the original Batmobile, but the difference is now is that it's actually a 4-seater instead of just a 2-seater. And they just made it extra big so you can have both versions of the Flash riding around in it with Michael Keaton's Batman instead of just one of the Flashes. But when I was talking about this dark version of the Flash, this alternate universe Barry being kind of like the secret villain of the film, I think the way they're playing it, instead of just going for legit Reverse Flash, unless they're really trying to trick us with this, is they're using the whole lesson of Flashpoint, like Barry just learning to deal with his mother's death and moving past it. In the alternate universe version of Flash is just someone who does not learn that lesson, refuses to move on from it, and it just drives him to a very dark place. And if we're talking about Flashes from alternate universes, people asking, is Grant Gustin going to have a cameo scene in this? I'm hoping that he has a small cameo just so that they can pay off the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover scene with Ezra Miller's Flash. And I'm also really hoping for a small cameo scene or some small role for John Wesley Shipp's version of the Flash. His original Barry Allen from the TV series that died during Crisis on Infinite Earths, or a version of Jay Garrick, anything at all. It would be a crime to not include him in this movie in some way. So if you spotted any Easter eggs in this that I didn't talk about in the video, just write them below in the comments. I've got another brand new Batman trailer video that I'm posting with a bunch of different footage that they didn't put in the actual trailer, so that'll be my next video. Then I'll do videos for the other trailers and teasers that they dropped. There's a Shazam 2 trailer, and then there's also a Peacemaker trailer that I'll be doing. Make sure you have alerts enabled for my channel so you don't miss any of that. Everyone click here for my Batman trailer video and Easter eggs, and click here for my brand new Black Adam trailer video and Easter eggs. Thank you so much for watching, everyone stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.